Howdy, howdy, everybody. What's up, Alor? Yes, it was 2 a.m. That is a reasonable time to be asleep, by the way. Good for you. Wait. No. I don't want DLSS on. Off. Pretty sure I didn't approve that. All right. So, yeah, Act 2, I haven't finished it yet. I know Act 3 is in the title. It's because Act 3 is soon. So we're still hitting on the end. We ran through a good amount of Act 2. And then we did the Ascendancy last night in the second stream. Can't stop playing, having so much fun. And I went with the Ascendancy that probably is the less popular choice. I have no idea, but I went with the Ritualist because I thought the idea of extra rings and more powerful rings and amulets just sounded so cool. And these blood boils also sound pretty dope. So there's a lot of cool stuff. And Ritual Sacrifice could be cool. I'm not really sure how I feel about that, but that sounds awful. Sacrifice the corpse of a rare monster to grant you its modifiers for 16 seconds only? That just sounds bad. 16 seconds? Ugh. I was expecting it to be like multiple minutes. Or at least 1 minute. I don't know. That's so short. That just feels like, oh, I got a cool monster. Oh, look, I walked to the next pack and it's already gone. Like, what? I mean, I know there are things that extend durations of things, but still, I don't know. I'm sure they did some balancing on that, and it's that short for a reason. But I'm not seeing the vision there. Anyway, Dave, hey, have fun with your friend. But yeah, I have to remember what I'm doing now. Travel to the Spires of Deshar. Okay. Yeah, I just have to defeat the Abomination. So yeah, I have 3 rings now, which is awesome. I have a mana one, which I don't really need. So I need to find a new ring for that slot. Mana is not what we need because I already have this one, which leeches a percentage of my physical attack damage as mana. And I've made the full switch over to lightning. I'm not doing the rake nonsense anymore. So that's, I don't know, more fun, less fun, something. The rake was definitely falling off. I think a big part of why it was falling off is I wasn't building for it. If I had been trying to max strength, I had been making all my... The problem is a lot of the passives I've been choosing were projectile related, which obviously doesn't do anything for rake. So if I had focused on melee build, but even then, does melee damage, does the shockwave count as melee damage from Stomping Ground? I actually don't know. It's too many questions. AoE, attack, trigger, physical. No, I don't think it does count as melee. So the only way you could scale this damage is get more strength and do more attack or physical damage. Those would be the ways to scale it, I think. Anyway, I wasn't really building towards it, so the damage was decreasing over time. And like, Rake is still good, and I still use Rake plus Disengage. But I removed most of the mods. Yeah, Alor, I think I said the exact same thing when, or well, not the exact same thing, but something very similar when I picked it last night. I was probably like, Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Like, an extra ring is decent. It's not flashy. I did say I chose the more boring option. The Amazon is way more interesting than the Ritualist on first blush. But I do think, yeah, that I feel like there's going to be some massive in-game power in having not just an extra ring, but making them 25% more powerful, too. So that seems like a lot of good stuff in one. But yeah, so I switched over to the Herald of Thunder, which is pretty cool. And I was able to find a support gem that did something, does more damage against enemies on low life, but it's pretty cool. It creates lightning bolts. Strike the targets next to attack hits after killing a shocked enemy with attack damage. I don't really understand. I guess it does some percentage of my attack damage. So this glove doing physical attack damage as mana, I don't actually know if I'm doing that much physical attack damage, because Lightning Spear converts most of it to lightning, and then Storm Lance converts most of it to lightning. The Lodged Spear is all lightning. I guess I'm doing a little bit of physical, and Rake is still physical, and Disengage is still physical, so. I'm still uncertain if my Lodged Storm Lances are better to, like, explode them if I'm doing single target DPS on a boss. Is it better to do Storm Lance, Storm Lance, Storm Lance, throw an Explosive Spear to get them all to blow up? Wait, why did... Is it better to do that? Or is it better... Because that just does so much lightning zappage. Or is it just better to spam my normal Lightning Spear? I'm not really sure. I really wish there was a target training dummy, because I think that would be really useful. Uh-oh. Forgot about this fight. And I did put a support gem on my Storm Lance, so the duration is increased. So they last for like 8 seconds, which is really nice. Just chilling there. Yes, I agree. I can't really tell what does more DPS. It's probably, I don't know, I couldn't say for sure. I want to say it's probably the Storm Lances with the Explosive Spear, but it might not be. It might not be, but it does seem to do really good damage when it triggers. The regular Lightning Spear is incredible when I'm doing frenzy charges with it. And with the new Herald of Lightning, it also shocks enemies pretty well. Whoa, that was a lot of damage. Jeez. So if I can get a good, you know, execute, or whatever it's called, pull the weak, and then a good shot. Ooh, an emerald. Take that. Yeah, so if we can kind of lure everyone over here, that does do a lot of damage. I'm just not sure which one. You know, if you're killing a boss, it takes a lot of hits, and I'm just not sure which one's better. But yeah, Herald of Lightning is pretty strong. Ooh, a Regal Orb. Nice. Haven't really been hitting many things with Regals.
Lightning Shutterstone.
Oh, it's so satisfying to just watch everything melt to lightning. Love it. And I also removed the nodes on the passive tree. Yeah, I've thought about that too, Aelor. Like, if I go fire, lightning, lightning, I get 2 down before it blows up. Yeah, the third one doesn't get blown up by it. I assume there's an amount of attack speed that would get me all 3.
Bring it on.
I probably should still use Rake more often, to be honest. I need to pick my new passive point here. Yikes. I did not mean to hit that button. Alright. Wait, I didn't take that one? What the heck? Thought I had taken that one. Whoops. Okay, so yeah, I've got the 40% increased projectile damage one, which was nice. And those are a bunch of increased projectile damage. And then I've got attack damage there. This is attack physical damage. But when... I have to read... I do still have... Yeah, so Aelor, I have the notable... Let me go back real quick. I have this one, but this is the only one. So it's only a 30% boost, and it's increased. It's not more. So given that I have a ton of other projectile boosts, this is probably only a 10% damage boost, maybe 15% in actual felt damage, because I have all these other projectile ones. Because I figured these were still good enough to have. You know, it's 30% already just with those non-notables, so having that one made sense rather than going this way. But yeah, so physical damage, I just needed to read how this works again. So when you convert damage, it scales with modifiers to the new damage type and no longer scale with modifiers to the old damage type. So it's not like increased physical will do anything for me here. I just wanted to make sure I understood that correctly. So these wouldn't do anything. But yeah, I was thinking about this lightning area over here, or this lightning area up here, or these. And then there's also another lightning area over here. So there's 3 lightning areas that we have reasonable access to. This is all about penetration, whereas these are increased chance to shock and increased elemental damage. And then this one involves electrocute buildup, which is interesting because I don't have any electrocution. But these are just increased lightning damage, and then increased chance to shock, which is really nice. And then shocking hits have a chance to shock enemies in a radius, and I really like that. Spreading shocks is going to be nice. So I'll probably do that. But then this one is really cool because it increases the magnitude of shock and increases duration of shock. So I kind of want all of them right now, and I don't know which one to do first.
Watch your step.
But yeah, it's just so satisfying to watch all the thunderbolts come down and murder the whole screen. Ooh, an iron ring. Nice. These vultures do a lot of damage. Need to get better at dodging their little jumps. Hey, wait a second. I thought I got a new loot filter here. There we go. I changed it so that things that are higher quality have an actual icon next to them rather than just looking like white items.
Come on.
There's the checkpoint. Here we go. Torgol the Defiler.
But that makes you predictable. The time of the Faradin is nigh.
Get those ready to go. Oh, it's too early.
Lightning strikes twice.
Alright. Ouch. That did a lot of damage. Wow. I was not paying attention. This could be a hard fight. I don't feel like I have very much damage here.
You are relentless. But that makes you predictable. The time of the Faradin is nigh.
Yeah, you're angry, we get it.
Fucking your all.
Alright. I do want to throw Rake on, wow, on him at least. I think that'll still be worth it. Okay, tried to dodge it. Oh, I missed my chance. There's one. Get it. That empower charge. I mean, should I just switch off throwing lightning, lightning, explosive, lightning, explosive, lightning, lightning, explosive? I just don't know. I don't know what does the most damage here. Rend once in a while. Because explosives deal decent damage, but the more I move towards lightning, the less damage the explosives are actually doing. Excuse me. Not a good time to sneeze. Come on, Torgol. How did you get out of that? I, like, got pulled back in. Okay, we're getting some lag. Nice. Fire tornadoes. Wonderful. Again, I am not dodging that one very well. I don't know when to dodge, I guess. It feels like it hits the whole... Okay, that one, I think I timed it right, but okay. I guess you can't dodge slams. And I'm really struggling to see the fire. The fire effect is way too blended in. It's really hard to see the ground that's on fire. But I think we maybe are gonna manage it. Hey, Gem Cutter's Prism. Ooh. Coal. Yeah, I always forget about coaling bosses. It's so late in the process. All right. Hooded one. What do we got? Salvage the gloves.
No need to rush.
Sell the stuff.
I shall put this to use.
Damage penetrates 6% lightning resistance? Wow, that's a nice jewel. Did I ever get to this slot? I don't think so. That's not bad at all. And then what's this? Adds physical damage. Now here's a question. Does this add physical damage that then gets converted into lightning damage? Or not? That's pre-conversion damage. Okay, good. So it's basically the same as if my weapon just did more damage, more or less. Like, that will then get scaled up by things that say 50% increased physical damage. Or it gets scaled up by things that say convert to lightning and then 50% more lightning damage. Alright. Speak to Asala.
The Ferden as we speak. Right then.
Ah, yes. Time for the dreadnought.
We now have their threat for glory.
Yeah, I'm not sure about just rotation stuff.
Ready yourself. We must prevail, no matter what.
Shaman-Ra dies again this day.
Jaman-Ra dies again this day. I don't know what any of that means. But I need more damage.
Here it comes.
The problem I have with culling is that you don't get to pick not to consume charges. Like, I really wish I could cull a couple enemies and then hold on to my special lightning spear until I want to use it. Because I feel like I end up just often wasting it anyway, and so it ends up not having done much. Wow, what is going on? Get out of here. Like, it's useful in this kind of scenario when there's tougher enemies, but I haven't quite gotten the hang of when to use it, and then there's no way for me to kill stuff without consuming the charges, so then I just consume the charges to kill 4 random white mobs, but then I don't have any charges for the next actual big pack where I'd want to use it. So, it is a little bit tricky. Yeah, exactly, and that's the other thing, is the Stormlance plus explosions thing is very... It's a medium area of effect, but it's not like the whole map or anything, so it very much does miss enemies a bunch of times. I think the Stormlances overall deal a good amount of damage if I'm expecting a fight that's going to last longer than a couple seconds. Because it also helps to shock enemies, which does improve the Herald of Lightning, I think. I guess I don't even know if I understand fully how Herald of Lightning works. Ooh. Stellar Amulet. +7 to all attributes. Is that better than what I have? Maybe. I mean, what I have right now is not very good. It's just 7 fire resistance. And a little bit of life recovery. Alkit? I don't remember which one. Is alchemy the one that just adds a bunch of random affixes?
Lightning strikes twice.
Ouch.
Hold on.
Probably, I'm like just still thinking DPS wise. I think throwing down a storm lance and then spamming lightning spear might, and that's a time where I should have just culled the enemy because it was more than one attack to kill them. So at that point I should always cull. But yeah, I'm just still not really sure about how to deal damage the best way with all these skills. But that's part of the fun, is trying things out. Alright. Stellar amulets were the ideal chance base, which is why it highlights it so much. I think they've already updated some things for League 2. They update it pretty consistently, but it's very possible that you're right. And it's more about last league than it is about right now. I guess we're still early enough in this league that we don't really know. I'm also not using, I keep forgetting about it, I'm not using this, Barrage, which I really need to be using. So Barrage, it does less damage though, so I'm like, what's the point? Because it repeats 2 times. I guess it's good with frenzy charges, but repeats deal 50% less damage, so it basically just does a double attack. Even though it looks like a triple, it's really only a double. What I could do is change lightning, or I could change Stormlance into something I do on cooldown. I could do the things that give it more damage, but give it a cooldown, and then I could barrage the Stormlance, and then I use it way less often, but it has a bigger impact when I do. And then that fits better in the rotation of a boss fight. Still 3x the shock chance. No, shock chance is based on damage, so not really. It would only be double the shock chance still. Shock chance is based on... it's a 1% chance to shock for every 4% of the target's ailment threshold. So it is based on damage dealt.
Come on.
Also, as far as this place being hectic, I always remember this being really hectic. So I don't know why I can't walk past you. Get out of here. Oh, I also have this other thing that I haven't even used, that my Q, which is a whole thing that I don't understand when to use it. It might be good on bosses. I forgot to try it on the boss. I don't really use it on white mobs very often because it doesn't really, but yeah, it's pretty powerful. But it doesn't really often hit them because they have to be shocked. So until I have a much higher chance to shock, it's not really that good. Gosh, these guys have so much health, or block, or something. Like, what is going on here?
Need mana.
It's just a regular white mob. I don't know what that was about. Here's electrocute build up. We don't have electrocute. Where's this thing? Do I want to go for some lightning resistance? Probably not, because there's still a lot of enemies that don't have lightning resistance. I think increased chance to shock is where we want to be right now. They're immune to projectiles from the front. Well, that's cool. Good for them. That does explain what was happening. Until they get stunned. I see. But yeah, this thing, what's it called? Primal Strikes. It's not very much damage at all, but when there are the spirits, that's quite powerful. The first 2 attacks conjure a charging Wildwood spirit, and the third is a large swipe that inflicts lightning exposure and can consume shock to conjure a stampede of spirits. So that one's much stronger. And what I need to do is get the support gem that makes it so that the final strike happens twice. But the problem is it only works on shocked enemies, and I feel like I'm still just not quite consistent enough on that to have that be something that's always working as part of my rotation. Because, like, the normal damage is just crap. Okay, well, that's supposed to have an icon on it. I must have done something wrong. Because it has well, maybe it's fine. I don't remember which category I changed. But yeah, like, culling is really nice when it works out perfectly to, like, deal enough damage that there's still a couple enemies that you could cull, and then you get another charge, and then you alternate back and forth.
Stretch through the art.
Like, this would have been a good time to... Can't really decide if that's good or not. I wonder if... Yeah, surely we're gonna get a better spear soon. It's been a long time since I've had a spear upgrade. Alright.
Need more time.
Okay, I can still go this way. Fine.
Need a moment.
I feel like whenever I use this, it ends up being on enemies that aren't shocked. It's just how it goes. Alright, you can get shocked. No? Is he like immune to being shocked? There we go.
Hold on.
Can't even tell if that's more DPS than my other methods. Yeesh. My damage is starting to fall off a little bit. I need a better spear. Or 17. That's definitely not more damage still.
Browse as long as you like.
Alright.
I'll unburden you.
I guess I could have tried orbing it. Maybe I should have. What is this? I would need 30 intelligence is the problem. It's a lot of evasion rating though. What is my intelligence? It's 27, and I'm not doing a strength build anymore, so... Switch one of those over. Okay, we're still okay on strength. And then I can equip this and go up to 64% evasion. Nice, nice. For now, I should probably keep random amulets.
Take your time. I'll unburden you.
Alright.
Goodbye.
I also should grab... I have something else. What was it in my stash? Ah, it was just lightning resistance boots, just for when we're ready. And I can also throw lightning resistance into my armor here. I don't mind spending a rune for the act boss if we need it.
Straight through the arc.
Another iron ring.
You're as good
We
as
could
dead.
chance. Jeez. What I need is like a way to keep them slowed, some sort of area of effect slowing. Maybe I should go back to using the whirlwind strike instead of the, what is this called, rake? Because that slowed enemies. And is there shocked ground? I don't actually know. Maybe that would be better. Here, let's try it. I don't know, the problem is I don't know if it jumps as far forwards. Ooh, a pearl ring. Which I don't need. But we'll start hoarding rings. It'll be fine. And then... increased rarity and mana regen? That's not bad.
Browse
That's
at-
not bad.
All right.
Alright, so I wanted to try... Whirling Slash... And we're gonna replace Rake with it. I could do Stomping Ground on the Whirling Slash. Wait, what? Oh, I can't? It doesn't take steps?
Folk won't take
But
time
yeah,
for
the
that.
thing I'm worried about is, like, it doesn't really jump towards the enemies like Rake does. So I think I might not want it. It goes a little bit. I can still do that sort of thing. I don't know. How much does it actually slow them down? Movement speed by 30%. The other question is it gonna get... I don't think it gets elemental. I think if I blow it up, though, it does? No, that's still not shocked ground. That's only if I have a frenzy charge with the storm lance. Well, I mean, I can try it. Oh, well,
You again.
guess we'll try it on the boss fight.
The hooded one's sway. Do you even know what he is? No matter.
You'll find my king far more capable.
I'll hydrate here with
My
some
king,
coffee.
take the power you were promised. Put an end to this nuisance.
Very tasty.
The Sigma of the Ardura. Bow before your king.
The Medicate.
Yeah, you are an abomination. We get it.
Strong side.
Well, that's something we don't know. Wow. Yeah, it's just not gonna do much.
You are finished.
The era of the Faradun is now!
You really don't give me much of a chance to attack you.
The era of the Faradun is now!
Is this gonna deal more? Maybe? Maybe not? I don't know.
The era of the Faradun is now!
Hey, Havalis. Coffee is to dehydrate? No. Coffee is mostly water. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I can't tell which one's doing more damage. Anyway, Havalis, yeah, I've switched over to lightning at this point. Oops. Stay in the thing.
For my people!
This is rough. I need a better spear. I need to do some spear gambling.
Vengeance!
Just doing nothing. I'm just tickling him. If that. Hey, get off me. That's why I can't do coal. I'm not careful. Can get some charges here, I guess. Just gotta run from this thing. Oof. Alright, this is rough. We're not even halfway yet. I almost want to just let myself die at this point.
What are you doing?
Oh, this is gonna be a long fight. If we win, I'll be surprised. I'm gonna have to keep it up for a long time to not die here.
Straight through the art.
Oh, and we're just gonna get one shot by something like that, so that'd be great.
The Faradun is now! To you!
I should try not getting hit by that. How would that go?
The era of the Faradun is now! Take our hate! Win to me!
Hey, we're down to the M in Abomination. Whew. This is, not going well.
Our hate!
I also am noting he has lightning resistance, so lightning exposure could help me. Which that third attack does get me exposure, but I don't know how long it lasts. Not very long at all, it's already gone. So that's not realistic for me to actually be using this consistently. But I think this is more damage overall. If I can get that third hit in. And then F, and then that, and then an explosive spear, and then this, and then that, and then get smashed, and pop a health potion, and try not to die. We're in the Jumanra part now, rather than the Abomination part. Down to what, about a 1/3 maybe? Now he's doing new stuff that I don't know how to dodge. Straight into a tornado. Just have no time to actually get my attacks in here. That was a good amount. Voltaic mark? I don't know what that is. Whatever it is, I don't have it. No! Yeah, I dodged too early. Oh, come on. I hit spacebar like half a second too late. I did try. Don't worry. It looks like I did nothing, but I did hit the spacebar. Oh, goodness. This is tense. I'm just not ready for that one when it happens. Oh, he's stunned. Get all the stuff in. Take advantage. Dodge. Dodge too early again. Okay, now we got double spears going on here. Frick. Well, let's see if we can get something better. I don't even know.
Cool winds. Think carefully.
Could gamble a couple spears. What do I have? 23 to 41. Nope. That one might be good. Adds 1 to 15 lightning damage. Is that more? Maybe. The problem is the cold damage won't get converted into lightning damage. So... By the way, there's this new thing, which is awesome. It's called Exile UI. It'll be really useful when we're mapping, but But this one, adding lightning damage... Now here's a question. Does the lightning damage count as part of attack damage? And... yeah, I think so. So is this better? It's 18 to 47 and 10% increased attack speed. That's pretty big. Overall DPS wise, oh, but it's a slower spear. Attacks per second is no, sorry, that more attacks per second is faster. I was thinking cooldown. So damage wise, it does go up by about 10%. Okay. I'll take it. Dave, we are in the Act 2 boss fight, and it was a rough fight. We got our butts handed to us.
I am pleased.
I mean, not really. We got him down to about a fourth. And we still have a support gem that we can use on... what was it I wanted to use on? This one. Yeah, that gives me the final strike twice of primal strikes. And then... see, this is a double whammy. I just realized we have two bonuses that only happen when we kill a shocked enemy. And that's Innervate, only happens when we kill a shocked enemy, and Herald of Thunder only happens when we kill a shocked enemy. So I'm not getting anything from Herald of Thunder, and I'm not getting anything from this Innervate gem right now. So that's part of the problem too. Yeah, I might regal it. I mean, and I just don't know how much of his damage is actually lightning damage. Is it... because he's got like those whirlwinds and he's got his fire sword. So it doesn't feel like I was actually getting hit that much by lightning. Unless those little flying swordy things are also lightning. I don't know. Yeah, I've got some skill gems. I guess I need to upgrade some stuff too. Voltaic Mark? We don't have that. Is that a different class? What is this? Is this for the bow? Oh. Hmm. Interesting. What other shock-related things are there? Yeah, cast on shock is a whole different thing. I don't think I have any spirit gems right now. Okay, I'll at least upgrade Whirling Slash with a level 6 skill gem. And then... Lightning Spear, yeah, the cast on stuff I don't think we have access to yet. And then Stormlance. I guess Explosive Spear we get 2 upgrades for, which is good. Now, will this still deal lightning damage as well? Like, because my spear has a baseline lightning damage as part of its damage, the physical damage gets converted to fire. It's also dealing lightning. The lightning that it's dealing should get scaled with my lightning increases, right? And for the projectile itself, some of that physical stays, and some of that physical that stays will get converted to lightning. Yeah, it might be Act 3 that I get the cast on, whatever. I remember it being pretty late. Final strikes. Probably the next best thing to get. Maybe I should do something like Spearfield instead of...
Spearfield rends the ground with spears. Enemies that walk over them will take damage and become maimed, slowing them down. Spearfield rends the ground with spears. Enemies that walk over them will take...
Instead of my whirling slash. I don't know, let's try it. Let's throw that in instead of whirling slash. Wait, where'd it go? It's gone. Where did it go? Did it just go into here? It did, yeah. Alright. I mean, it makes sense because I was cutting the gem from my stash, but still. Okay, so what do we need support-wise? Did I reduce the detonation time? No, I didn't. I probably could. Right now I've got more AoE and +1 limit. Honestly, I probably don't need the limit, and I could do the detonation time instead. Let's see, what are our other options here for barrage? Anything? Less cooldown recovery rate, twice as many cooldown uses. That might be good, so I can barrage twice in a row. I'm not generally barraging with frenzy charges, so I don't think perpetual charge is that good. And then for explosive spear, detonation, expedite, and then yeah, I guess we can try this. I mean, I guess I could also do the voltaic mark thing with a bow. Oh, shoot. I needed a level 7 skill gem for that. Well, that's not happening anymore. Whoops. Didn't really think about that part. Okay, now what can we do in terms of orbing stuff? So I'm willing to hit a regal onto this, and we get 13 accuracy and 5% light radius. Oh, you shouldn't have. It's like my birthday. Ugh, gross. Voltaic mark doesn't require a bow. Wait, what? This game, the skill system, weapon system thing, there's some things I don't like about it. I would prefer if there was a generic pool of skills and then there was weapon skills, and they were two separate categories of things. And the weapon skills would often be more tied with what class you're playing or whatever, and then there would be a generic pool of skills that any class could use that just have utility for things like, oh, I'm doing a shock build and I want to use this type of shocky spell. I just think it's a very confusing way to do things. So you're saying Voltaic Mark doesn't require a bow. You'd think everything in the bow category would require a bow. So how do you know if it requires a bow or not? It says requires bow right there, and this one does not. Because it is a spell. So interesting. Yeah, and I mean, elemental, we might want conductivity at some point as well. Because I was using hypothermia for my sorceress. But yeah, anyway, for now, no, elemental is just, it's just their way of saying which class. It's so funny because like even in their patch notes, they're tying skills to classes rather than to weapons. But in this case, elemental is just everything for the sorceress. Okay, so things have gotten a little better. I might throw in a lightning rune just because we can. And then... what? Stellar amulet, do we... Oh, I don't have a alchemy orb, so I can't do that. So unless we want to regal some more stuff, I think we're pretty much maxed out. Oh, nope. Ooh, more life recovered. That's actually not a bad upgrade. Not a bad upgrade at all. Okay, and then
Back to basics.
do we want to respec anything? We still are using 6 out of 6 strength, but do I really need that? That one I do want. That one I want. That one I want. This one I want. These two I don't care about. In fact, that might actually be hurting my DPS. Yeah, it was. I don't care about that either. Because now disengage is a totally different thing. Now that I'm not doing the rake build. So now I actually want disengage to do one of those protection things. Damage taken while using a supported skill is recouped as life per quarter second of attack time of supported skill. So many words. Okay, I'll do that one. But yeah, I can change one. Although strength is giving me life, so having more dexterity is actually not going to help me. Now that I think about it. So never mind, I won't do that. I won't do that. And I could switch out Innervate since it's not really doing anything for me right now. What could I switch it out for? I don't really know. I could do Lasting Shock. I could just do... No, I already have Lightning Infusion on something else. I'm also confused. What does gain 25% of damage? Is that the sum? When it says damage right here, is that the sum damage of all of the elemental types? So if I had a weapon that did 10 cold, 10 fire, and 10 lightning, would it gain 25% of 30? as additional lightning damage. That's how I'm reading that, but I don't know if that's... Also, obviously the physical, I'm not talking about that. Lightning Spear cannot chain, it cannot pierce, it cannot fork, it cannot return. So, definitely don't want those types of things. What would... More area damage? When does this even do area damage? Maybe it counts the lightning bolts as area damage? Huh. I mean, perpetual charge would be fine. Retreat's not bad. Deals 25% more projectile damage if you have damaged an enemy with a melee hit. That's pretty big. That, at least for this fight, is going to be better than Innervate. As long as I smack him once in a while. Was there something else, though, that would be good? Swift Affliction. And, can't do additional projectiles. Evasion rating, armor, trigger wind wave, wind stunned while using... No, I don't need any of that. What is Volt? Volt. It's a level 2 support gem. Unfortunately. Don't got any of those yet. Okay, so this is a little bit of a boost. Now let's see if there's any improvements just to, like, gloves or whatever. Yeah, there is. Maximum life, rarity, increased attack speed. No lightning resistance, though. But I just want those in general. They might not be better for this fight. But even then, I think 50 life might be better. I also don't get that mana leech, which has been nice, but still think it's better in general. Probably just increased maximum life on the belt. And then you have bucklers? Who sells bucklers? Does anybody sell bucklers? Now I see this. Wait, is that better? It's got more lightning damage, but less physical damage. So that adds up to 13 to 48, and this is 18 to 47. Oh, okay, never mind. That's not better. It's close, though. I wouldn't have had to gamble for it. Alright. Does anybody sell bucklers? Do you sell bucklers? No. You do not. Do you sell bucklers? No, you're the gambler. Do you sell bucklers?
What is it?
You don't sell anything. Okay, nobody sells bucklers. That's rude. Maybe in a different act they do. Okay, now, should I switch these out for this fight, is the question. %8 increased attack speed and 56 life instead of 18% lightning resistance. I think I want the more life. It's tricky though. But the 8% increased attack speed is also a big deal. Yeah, I don't know. My resistances aren't high enough to really matter that much right now. Okay, we lost our portal. Cool. Cool. Forgot about that mechanic. We're gonna have to fight through the Dreadnought Vanguard again. Oh, why me? This is not my favorite mechanic. Ugh, for a single player game, this is just rubbish, to be perfectly honest. Well, I guess we get to try out our new spear field spell. Is it good? I don't know. It seems to do damage, but I don't know. It'll slow him down, which is something I wanted. So I can always lay down a spear field, jump back, and then throw stuff at him. Man, I'm really bummed that I forgot to refresh the instance. I don't want to fight through this place again. On the plus side, I will get another level out of it, which should help me. Because I'm not even at the monster level yet. This is area level 32, and I'm only 31, so I guess it'll help me a smidge. Alright, and we can get more chance to shock, more elemental damage. Yeah, that's a pretty big boost. Oh, and there goes my frenzy charge. You know, one change that I would kind of like is that frenzy charges are only consumed on something that actually hits enemies. Because there's a decent amount of times you just are throwing attacks and they don't necessarily hit anybody. And wasting a frenzy charge on that just feels so bad. Okay, I need to try using that more often on tough enemies. Okay, so there is 2 of those. It's slow, but there is 2 of the stage 3 attacks now. A glacial rune. Oh, this is connected. I was like, how am I supposed to get over there? So what causes these to explode? I don't know if I totally understand Spear Field. Spears remain for a duration or explode when enemies touch them. Maim on hit. Maims from this skill slow an additional 10%. Okay. Cool. And then I probably could get some good damage going if I mixed with some sort of, like, there's probably some section of passives that deal more damage to maimed enemies or something, and that could be worth pursuing. I could also equip a lightning charm. Yeah, I could. The problem is I noticed the stun charm was at 0, so it did prevent me from getting stunned, which I think is more important than preventing you from getting shocked. Oh. We got a strength-based unique. What's it do?
No,
A lot of armor, a lot of life, life regen, increased area of effect, and unwavering stance, which is cannot be light stunned and cannot dodge roll. No thanks. Oh, that's funny. T4 unique. Yeah. It doesn't prevent shocking, it increases lightning resistance. Oh, okay, well then, yeah, that might be worth it then. Even so, I'm still not sure it's better than preventing stuns, though. Okay, this is annoying. Get me through that.
This is what I get for spraying you. Hold on.
Don't die, Krydax. Come on now. Whoa! Oh, that's just a normal essence. I thought that was another unique for a second. I was like, what the heck? Yeah, cannot dodge roll but prevents light stuns is the, I guess, the main attractive part of that item. It is definitely one of the items of all time. Alright, I mean, I guess, you know, it's not a bad idea to, like, redo an entire zone every time you die to a boss fight. It'll cause you to beat the boss sooner than if you just keep hitting your head against the boss fight, dying 10 times in a row. But given how close we got last time to victory, I think we can get pretty close again. I might actually equip this for the lightning resistance, just for the boss fight.
My wares. All right. Take care.
Our first unique. Alright, and then
No need to.
sell those, stash these. I've only died one time. It's not too bad. Yet. So far. You've only died one time so far. The Homer meme. Alright. Let's see if this goes a little better.
You again. The fool under the hooded one's sweat.
Sit up straight.
Do you even know what he is?
Okay.
You'll find
And now I have
my
charges for this one, so that's kind of interesting.
Take the power you were promised. Put an end to this nuisance.
The cooldown is 5 ever.
The Sigmar Yardura.
Maybe I should like triple up the spear field. Is that crazy? I don't know if that actually helps or hinders. Just dies immediately.
The era of the Farragut is now!
I do want the shock last longer passives. That will be very nice.
For my people!
I'm definitely noticing the mana running out a lot sooner because of the not having the mana leech gloves. Feeling the loss of that.
What is ours?
No, not this thing. Run away from this thing.
We will have what is ours for my people.
We're running out of time. End this. What are you doing?
I think it's stream lag. Actually, no, it's not. Not stream lag. What even hit me? I don't know if I totally understand. So I know you need to stay in the bubble, but then there's also these explosions that are happening inside the bubble. What are you supposed to do? Not be in the bubble? I don't understand what to do there. It's actually encoding lag. Apparently, I did need my graphics to be on DLSS. I think it was my fault.
The Sigmar of the Aldura. Bow before
Alright.
your king.
The Medicate.
I'm still feeling like we didn't find a good enough damage upgrade for our spear, and that's the main problem here. Whoa.
The Medicate will pay.
Maybe I should just go max explosive spear.
We will have what is ours.
He is weaker to fire.
Submit. You are finished.
Okay, so just running is not enough to dodge those,
What
apparently.
is ours? The Faradun is now. The era of the Faradun is now. For my people, the Medicate will pay. We will have what is ours.
Get over. Okay, so you say it's a wall, so I can go over here too. That's helpful. And we're out of mana.
We repay hate in kind. Will not fall. For my people.
This is gonna be a long fight. So was the last one, but
Here it comes.
doesn't feel like we've made much progress gear-wise. It's not gonna be that different.
Now. We are vengeance.
You know, I might... Maybe I need to do some respecking. And change...
We're running out of time.
Can anyone look up? Does anyone know? Like, I don't know if these are easy to Google. How much lightning resistance does Jumanra have in Act 2? Just in general. Because that would somewhat inform whether it's worth seeing if I can passive into the penetration, lightning penetration or not. Because that could be worth it here. but it might not be. Hey, I dodged it. Now I dodged directly into the tornadoes, sure, but I did dodge the big sword. Oh, come on, I dodged, and I was off to the side when it hit. Doesn't say anything. It's not the same as any other boss though. Look, you can see right now he's lightning resistant and cold or fire resistant now, and he's weak to cold. God, that is such a Dark Souls thing, where he like holds the sword above his head for like 5 hours and then finally hits you with it, and you're just rolling 5 times before he actually hits you. Alright, there we go, finally. Lightning is 30? Okay, so it's not that much. I don't think that's enough for penetration to really matter too much. Obviously, like, the closer they are to 100%, the closer... Well, really it's infinite, you know, like if they were at 90% resistance and you had 10% penetration, that's doubling your damage. But we're nowhere near that point. Okay.
We will blot out the sun. I will grind you into dust.
I mean, this is the part where I just need to play a little tighter and not get hit by stuff. He says as he gets hit by stuff. I still can't get that right. I dodged towards him to try to get behind him when that hit, and then I was a little too late. So I certainly can win this fight if I just am better, if I get good.
We will blot out the sun.
That was close.
Lightning strikes twice.
Our gift to you.
Okay.
10,000 spears. The punishment is now. Our gift to you. 10,000 spears!
I don't know how that didn't hit me. That should have hit me.
I will grind you into dust.
Isn't there supposed to be a section with ads for me to recharge my flask? Is that not a thing? Is that not a thing?
Cannot give up. Wins to me.
Can't even see you. Oh, frick.
I will erase you.
This is rough.
I'll give to you.
Can't do anything without any more potion charges. Cole. He wasn't in culling range. Unless he got there right at the very end. I didn't see it. I probably would have died getting to him though, is the problem. I was at 0 everything. Ugh, it's so frustrating. Am I going crazy? Isn't there normally a section in that second phase where he summons ads? Did I just not end up getting lucky, basically?
The Sigma of the Arthur.
Because I swear there was ads in the second phase normally.
The Medicus do not bow.
Yeah, charge regen flask could be worth trying. I'll just try again. I think I can probably manage if I'm a little bit smarter.
We will have what is ours.
Like, I really shouldn't be getting hit much in this first phase. Everything's dodgeable.
The era of the Paragon is now. We hate in time.
It's just hard because he throws them so rapidly. There's not enough time to get even like 2 attacks in between them. Like 1 attack, dodge, 1 attack, dodge.
For my people.
What?
Glorious.
I was... Okay, that... Look, why does one of them... Okay, do they even look different? So one of those was spitting out extra lightning, and the other one wasn't. I was on the other side, so I thought I was safe because it would only beam between them, but one of them is shooting out extra charges, and I was next to that one. But how can you tell which one is the one that's going to shoot out extra charges? I tried to look, I didn't see a difference between them after I died. Okay, there's no ads in the second phase. Dang. Good to know. I also keep throwing 2 explosive spears, which is funny because it doesn't work anymore. I took out that support gem.
The era of the Paragon is now.
Submit. You are finished.
And the worst part is to get that lightning exposure, you have to sit there and hit him 3 times. And it just doesn't last long enough. I wonder if I can increase that.
Here it comes.
The Paragon is now.
No mana.
Out of mana. Pop a mana potion. Yeah, Braveheart, I do think the HP is a little on the high end for my taste. I still don't know what's exploding in that phase and doing so much damage to me. I need to pay more attention next time. I'm missing something.
Man's gone.
No mana.
It's just the run the heck away phase. Just did this, man. See, what just hit me? I don't even know what's hitting me. Like, I don't see anything. I just took 1/3 of my life, but I didn't even see what hit me. Is it just the melee attack of these little attendants? Do they deal that much damage if they hit you? Maybe. That's the only thing I can think of. Don't run into that thing.
We are endless.
We're running out of time. End this.
I will hold this oppressor at bay.
Yeah, I mean, it really
Fight for this.
is based on...
My will.
This does feel a bit like a DPS check boss, Where it's like, man, if I had gotten a lucky spear at some point, this fight would be so much easier. So it really is a lot about how, whether or not at some point in Act 2 you got a good weapon roll. I feel like that's a big part of it. Someday I'll figure out how to dodge that. And that day might be the day that I actually kill this boss, because that's what's dealing most of my health and causing me to need so many health potions. Stay away from the tornadoes. On this crap. Wait a second. Dodge. Dodge that. Dodge. Dodge. Alright. I think I'm doing a little better health potion wise than last time. Now he's into this phase, which I'm not a fan of. Oop. That one I feel like the hitbox is actually more forgiving than it should be. There are times where I'm like, wait, how did that not hit me? Okay, that one, that actually did damage to me before the animation of the sword hit the ground. That one was frustrating. Like, I took damage before the sword even hit. Maybe it deals damage, like, in a wave if you're close. I don't know. That one's hard to dodge. Alright. And dodge. You have such a short window where you can dodge before... Like, if you dodge too soon, he still re-aims the sword. And if you dodge too late, you take damage. There's a very small window for that one. I feel like they could slightly help this boss fight by giving you a little bit more time where he can't re-aim the sword. Oh god. Because it feels like he can re-aim the sword almost all the way up until he actually swings, which makes that really tricky. Stupid twister. No! No, Hafalis, I've beat the game before in Season 1. I've beat all the bosses. Well, I guess not the like, end game, whatever they're called, bosses. See, like, how did that hit me? I was not even close to it. I had dodged before it hit. The width... I think they need to change the visuals to at least reflect the damage area. That bothers me when something looks like it didn't hit you and you still took damage from it. It's like, I wasn't even close to that fire. I mean, I was close, but... Alright. Whew. We did it. Alright. Definitely not an easy fight. I think I did a little bit better performance-wise on that, which helped.
This is not over. Not yet.
I really don't I don't mind any of that fight. There are a couple of things I think could be tuned slightly different. I think his health was a bit high, but again, it's like, was his health high or does my spear suck? A little bit of both, maybe. I don't know.
The war. Return with me.
Got ourselves a jeweler's orb. It's not a very good spear. Yes, that is part of the problem. But I'm only in Act 2, so that comes back to something I talked about in the last stream, which is like, I wouldn't say this is a bad spear. Increased attack speed, increased damage. You know, those two things alone should be good enough to fight an Act 2 boss, right? If we're talking about Act 4 or 5, that's different, but we're in Act 2 only. And that comes back to the thing I talked about yesterday, where the range
No need to rush.
of
Take care.
a good versus a bad item in the early game is too high. Like, they should tighten up. Basically, they should increase the base damage of these level, you know, 10 to 20, maybe even 30 items, and decrease the rolls that improve them. And that way, there's a little bit less of that swinginess, and there's a little bit more consistency of, like, you can at least have a fighting chance,
No need to rush.
even if you kind of have
Take
crappy
care.
stuff. Because you don't really have a ton of opportunities to do anything other than just pick up what drops as you go through the early game. Once you start getting more money, so you can gamble, and more orbs, so you can do some crafting, you know, then it feels a little bit more fair. It's like, I'm only in Act 2.
Welcome.
All right. What am I? Oh, looking for the hooded one. Where is the hooded one? That's what I'm looking for. He's in his weird spot. So that's why I was running around like a chicken with its head cut off. Okay, gotta go out the mid ramp. There we go. Transmute things. Yeah, maybe. I still maintain that, like, you shouldn't have to do all that for Act 2.
My worst fear.
Go on, tell me.
Like, so many people, and for me, it's one thing, because I've played this game, I understand what I'm getting into at this point. Because I played a bunch, I mean, a decent amount in Season 1. But for new players, they're not going to know any of that stuff, and I don't think they should need to know it by Act 2.
Quickly.
I feel like those sorts of things should be a gradual. They get slightly more necessary as you go. Because, yeah, I figured we were fine, and that's why I went and fought without doing more. We still had some money. I could have done more vendor shopping. I could have done more rolling. I've got more orbs. But at some point, it's like, I shouldn't have to do all that for the Act 2 boss.
Yes. Until then.
This is only Act 2 after all.
Beast has grown too powerful. We can.
But again, that's like, what kind of game are they looking for? Are they looking for a hardcore game where even the Act 2 boss is going to ruin you? And you actually have to, like, Google, like, what are you even supposed to do? Like, do they want that to be new players' experience? Maybe. If they do, then I guess that's fine. I don't know if I like that, but that's their decision. They're making the game they want to make. And, you know, if that's where they want to be, then that's fine, I guess. Okay, there we go. Now our stuff's identified. Anything good? This one has, like, infinite... Yeah, Aloy, I just think we have a little bit of a different opinion on that. And that's fine, too. We're allowed to have different opinions. I just think the game's too punishing for being in Act 2. I think it should get it gradually increasingly more punishing, but I don't think it should be as punishing as it is. And for the most part, and what's interesting is, like, I was face rolling at the beginning of Act 2, right? And then it was at the end of Act 2 that I wasn't really face rolling anymore, but I was still fine. I was able to clear mobs just fine, but then the boss fight becomes a bit of a slog. And it's like, it's so hard because if that boss fight was half the time it took, that might actually be too short of a boss fight. Like, that was I mean, reasonably, if I just got good at dodging, I could have had less damage than I had. You know, I upgraded my spear. I could have had the old spear. I almost won on my first try, right? I got him down to like a 4th or less. And if I had just been better at dodging his attacks, I would have been fine. So in terms of like, it's a skill issue, it literally is. Like, if you're just good at dodging the boss attacks, you can have a crappy weapon. It's just an endurance game at that point. But is that a fun mechanic, and is that how it should be, and all that sort of thing is a different question. That is a much bigger conversation. Okay, we're switching this one back. That was just for lightning resistance. And then this, what exactly would we get here? There's no evasion rating, though, which I don't love, because that's what I'm building for. And I don't think that's enough energy shield for me to care. So I don't want that. And then this one I want, but I'm not high enough level. Okay. But you're right, I should be checking the vendor for spears. That's something I've been forgetting to do. Because I could have gotten one like this. And that would have been a lot better.
I hope
For just a little bit of money.
blessings.
How much DPS does this increase by? Not as much as I would have hoped, actually. 383 to 422. It's a little less than 10%, actually. Okay, so that's not quite as crazy as I thought. But it's still something.
I'll unburden you.
And then I was gonna sell all this.
Take care.
Stash that. Okay. Oh, I also forgot to augment you. Hey, some stun threshold. Sweet. I'll take it. And now we go back to Act 3. So yeah, more what I'm getting at is actually not that, like, the game should be easier in, like, a strict sense. Like, I actually like that boss's mechanics. The health tuning is a hard conversation. I think what I'm getting at is it's just very dependent on whether you got a good weapon or not. Because if the health was doubled from where it was, it'd be ridiculous. That fight would have taken forever and it would have been awful. But there feasibly are items that I could get that would have close to double the DPS that my weapon had. And so it's just really hard to balance a game when you're trying to help players have a good experience when the range of weapons that they might have at that stage of the game is massive. And obviously, yes, there are some mechanics in the game that can help you kind of catch up, like shopping at vendors. Hafalus, I disagree about disenchanting. Disenchanting magics is basically pointless. I already have enough blue orbs, and by the time I get to maps, I'll have more blue orbs than I could shake a stick at. So I don't think disenchanting blues is worth it. Disenchanting reds is potentially worth it, but you lose a lot of gold for getting one regal orb, and I think you're better off having the gold to gamble with and spend at vendors than you are to have one regal. So another thing you guys are forgetting is I have literally 0 orbs of alchemy. I can't like, I can make a magic spear from time to time, but that's about the same as shopping at the vendor. So it's not that different. And the vendor has 4 options every level for spheres as well. Yeah, I don't know which base is the current one. Oh, I need to be using my... Oh, wait, I need to switch... Hold on. We gotta switch back our skill. I don't have my, What's it called? Where am I looking? Over here. This one? Yeah. There we go. Because that just deals all attacks gain 35% of damage as lightning damage. I mean, that's huge. Innervate... I won't get started. But don't get me started on support gem's balance. Like, it's like, wait, that's just a freebie that if I kill shocked enemies every once in a while, I end up with, you know, 35% more damage as lightning damage. And then there's other support gems that are like, hey, if Jupiter's in the right spot, you might get 5% extra damage, but you're also gonna have this downside. It's just like, what is up with the balancing of support gems? Some of them are just so good, and some of them feel so like, oh, that could be good in a certain context. And I guess variety is the spice of life, but it just feels a little bit weird sometimes. Alright, so I'm still not sure which thing I should be casting more of. Should I be casting my Stormlance more or Lightning Spear more? And like, when he's shocked, is it even worth doing this thing? And when he's not shocked, it's definitely not worth it.
Come on. A worthy foe.
Right, and that does help Aloy. I actually like that part because obviously the good ones would just get used on... You would only use the good ones on everything, and then that would be boring. So I do like the way the support gem system works. It does feel though like some of them are almost unnecessarily weak compared to some others that feel like they have decent upsides or strong upsides for basically no downside other than a little bit of mana. And it feels like there's almost like two different categories of like, or there's almost like two different people that were in charge of coming up with support gems, and one of them had one mentality and the other person had a different mentality, and it almost feels like there's like two very different design philosophies behind support gems. And it's not even so much that I dislike either category, it just feels really inconsistent. Where it's like, wait, that support gem feels like this is incredibly conditional and only good in certain spots. And this other one is like, oh, this is just more lightning damage pretty much all the time. Why wouldn't you use it? And yeah, I don't know. And for me, in my head, a lot of games do a system where it's like, those are actually intentionally designed categories and you can only use so many of one and so many of the other. And in this game, they just kind of all occupy the same space, which is why I say it's a little odd. Like I said, I don't have a problem with it. It's just odd. All right, do I want to gamble for a ring? Because my rings suck. More or less.
Maybe until next time.
Maybe. For now, I need the hooded one. Tell me how to lower the water level. Okay, so let's try the old crafting mechanic. 2 to 3 cold damage, 21 life per enemy killed. Alright. Nothing.
You're the one, not all.
She's sharp, that one.
Anything catch your eye?
Hafalis, as far as disenchanting things with
I'll take it.
slots or quality, I do always do that. So that is not something I'm sleeping on.
Be wary.
Because yes, I do agree that slots are really important. So that's why I'm collecting. I do have 5 Artificer's Orbs, right? I could have used that to get a slot. That would have helped me with the boss fight. Nobody reminded me that that existed and I forgot, so that's on me.
If
And it's on Twitch chat. But yeah, that would have helped a little bit. And they did, and the good thing about this is that they actually added guaranteed Artificer Orb drops, which is also really nice. So that really helps to make sure that there's always some slots. All right. And really, I feel like I'm saying things more negatively than I even mean. I'm really enjoying this game so far. I'm more just trying to make a couple points about the design philosophy and how I feel about it. But like the actual enjoyment of the game, like I've had a lot of fun. I feel like this season, I know I came in after a couple patches, and after those couple patches, I feel like this season's been balanced fairly well so far. Like most of my complaints have been fairly minor at the end of the day. So I'm still very much enjoying this. And I don't know how I feel about Act 3 as far as the actual like feeling of it and the lore and all that. It feels like Act 3 in Diablo 2, that is, and that was always my least favorite act. All the jungly stuff and the, you know, witch doctors with daggers and waterways. I mean, it's kind of honestly like they almost didn't even try to make it feel different than Diablo 2 Act 3. It's almost like they're like, hey, let's make our version of that. It felt a little bit copycat to me. There are some parts of our Act 3 that are very different, like the cool, what's it called? Like the tech stuff. I don't remember the name of any of the areas, but when you're in like the temple and everything, like getting towards Doriani and all that, that is really cool and different. But just the jungly waterway stuff, that feels pretty Diablo. Oh, see, you don't like the Space Aztec? See, I think that's the coolest part of Act 3. Is the Space Aztec. Okay, what is in this act? Jungle ruins, troubled camp, mighty Silverfist. Oh, this is one-shot monkey. I heard they nerfed one-shot monkey though. He's less one-shotty than he used to be. From a gut feeling standpoint, that makes me a little sad, but from an actual game experience standpoint, I think that's for the best. You know, people that play hardcore, that was just like the worst enemy of all time. Oh my gosh. I am curious if he would still one-shot me. I might when we find him. Oh, okay. Let's see if he actually one-shots me. Except it's kind of hard to find out when everything else is hitting me. No! I think I was at max health right there. Now he does have the wild cat on him. I don't know if that makes him do more damage or not. Well, see, that didn't one-shot me. That wasn't even close to one-shotting me. I wonder if he has two different kinds of attacks. Yeah, that's a one-shot. I still had energy shield there. All right, good. I'm somewhat glad they didn't completely nerf one-shot monkey. Though I do still feel bad for anyone that plays hardcore. No, I take that back. I don't feel bad for anyone that plays hardcore. Why would you play hardcore? I actually, my hot take, which was never going to happen just because it would be too much, it would not be worth the devs' time, but I think the game should be balanced separately for hardcore versus normal. In some ways, that might defeat the point of wanting to play hardcore, though, for some people, so I don't know if people that play hardcore would agree. So I don't, but it just feels like the base level of what you're trying to accomplish with a game is so different. Because like the whole point of PoE 2 is that you're supposed to die. Like, you're supposed to die sometimes. That's part of the design, and that kind of is diametrically opposed to the idea of hardcore in the first place. So it's just kind of a weird, like, obviously they're not going to sit there and design two completely different games. So then it probably is just not a great game for hardcore people. I don't know, but lots of people play PoE 2 in hardcore still, so I don't know. I would never want to play hardcore. Not for, okay, I would do it for $1 million. I would even do it for $1,000. Maybe even less than that. But I would definitely need to be paid to play hardcore. I have no interest in playing hardcore. And that's just how I am with all games, so I'm not the best person to ask about hardcore balance. Okay, I need a different strategy. I don't know what I'm doing, but it's not working.
One after the other.
Alor, again, I feel like that's a little bit of a spicy take. They're not designed to be impossible to beat on their first go, sure. But I don't think they're designed to be like, oh yeah, like the average player is gonna defeat this boss on their first try. They're not designed for that either, because that would be way too easy. Because then once you know the mechanics, now the bosses are like stupid easy. So they're somewhere in the middle. I beat, on my first go in League 1, I did beat plenty of bosses on the first try. But I certainly didn't beat all of them on the first try, and I don't think they were meant to be that easy that like a good player will beat all of these on the first try. And yeah, of course you're not supposed to play hardcore the first time. I'm not saying you are. What are we doing? This node? Yeah. So when they're shocked, we'll have 15% more damage. That's not actually that strong of a node, because I'm not going to be igniting very often, chilling very often, freezing very often, or electrocuting. Right, Alor, I do understand that. I'm more just saying, like, it does feel like the game is still designed in such a way that it is a bit antithetical to hardcore in general. That's more what I'm getting at.
Need more time.
Obviously, if people want to bash their face against crazy, difficult stuff where dying is part of the intended design, that's fine, but... And yeah, like in end-game maps, you know, when you only have one try, obviously you're not meant to die there. You don't even get more than one try. Alright, this is where I need to hit R. There we go. True, yeah, obviously if you're playing hardcore, you build your build differently so that you don't get one shot by things. Again, my point is not that the game isn't... I feel like you're arguing that the game is, like, possible to be played in hardcore. I'm not arguing that point. I realize it is. It's literally a setting in the game. My point is just that it feels like the design of the game is a bit antithetical to what would allow for hardcore play to be good or fun or whatever. And fun is obviously, maybe the fact that it's harder is part of the fun, you know, so that's more in the eye of the hardcore beholder than it is an objective reality. Alright, let's get this. Oh, that was a weird lag spike. Okay, get some good orbs. Also, did I get an exalted orb earlier? I did. Nice. Feeling good. I'm gonna start to have to deal with resistances soon, I think.
I've enough in my pack already.
The people that do seem to like it. Yeah, I guess. Fair enough. What am I...
Need a moment.
What? Oh, that's a corner. Okay, there's one of those moments. Certified PoE 2 moment. Walls that don't look like walls. Yeah, like I said, I'm not the most qualified person to speak to hardcore stuff. To me, it seems like a game that is not designed very well for the hardcore experience.
Need a moment.
But that doesn't mean that people that play hardcore in it aren't having fun.
I've
Alright,
enough in
I
my pack.
need to get back to camp. But I mean, at the same time, the hardcore crowd is kind of crazy, right? Like, the whole point is kind of crazy. It's like, let's do a hard thing where failure has the ultimate price, and there's no... And people play all kinds of crazy games on hardcore that are even more unforgiving than Path of Exile 2. So, I guess it kind of doesn't matter how you balance the game at some level. The hardcore crowd is still going to be there. Because it's not about a well-balanced game that is reasonably safe. Because if it was reasonably safe, you wouldn't be getting the hardcore experience. I think I want to go towards shock duration over here. Yeah, you know, there's also a huge sense of exhilaration from, you know, what's the... I can't think of what it's called. Jumping off a mountain in a squirrel suit, you know, where there's a reasonable chance that you die every time you jump. That's very exhilarating too. Alright. Don't need these. What's this? Doesn't matter. Not a buckler. Well, wait. Do I even care that I have a buckler? Hold on. I'm not using parry. I just kind of put that together. I guess... we can use whatever shields we want because I'm not using parry. And that has 6% all resistances, and that alone makes me want to use it. So we're gonna do that.
I'll take it.
And then... Well, oh yeah, this was the thing we wanted to equip. What's my evasion gonna go up to? 67%. Nice. That is a nice number.
Take your time.
I like
Good
that.
idea.
And then... What do we got here? Oh, maximum life and mana and regen and more life recovery from flasks. That's pretty nice.
I'll take it.
Right. Yeah. No. Again, I feel like you're having a conversation with a different person than me right now. I agree with everything you're saying. I feel like I was making different points.
I'll take it.
Anyway. All right. This is good? No, this is bad. Wait, did that have a socket though? No. Fire resistance. We've got a skill gem level 9, so we can try. Oh, I don't have enough dexterity. Whoa, there's some serious lags right now. Alright, what is this? A charm. Keep my charms in one place. And where's the anvil again? Oh yeah, it's all there. Or the salvage bench. Sorry, anvil's a different thing. Everything's so far apart in Act 3.
My try.
No! Don't sell that, you ninny muggins.
Anything colorful.
Put it in your stockpile of things where you never use them, but you just like to look at them and hoard them like a dragon. And then people in Twitch chat will tell you you're not being optimal because you should be using those items. But if you use the items, then you won't have the items to look at and sit on like a dragon. They just don't understand you, Krydex.
Storm strike. Bring it on.
Yeah, that just doesn't deal very much damage. I'm still not sold on this, ooh, an emerald. I'm not sold on this, what's it called? Primal Strikes. The exposure is pretty strong, though. It's just, you take so much time out of your rotation to do 3 hits in a row. And given that they don't deal very much damage, I'm not feeling like it's worth its spot in the rotation. And it might not be. Maybe when I get more shock chance going on and everything's just kind of always shocked, and I have more shock time, so things stay shocked for longer. Maybe? I don't know. We shall see. I also need to put a jewel in the socket. What am I doing? I literally have a jewel that is lightning based, which is really lucky because I only got 2 jewels so far, and one of them is lightning penetration or something. Or what was it? Lightning damage? Lightning... Yeah, damage penetrates 6% lightning resistance. That is so awesome. Boom. Oop. You alive? Okay. The Venom Crypts. I gotta say, this game, A+ on the visuals, like, it just looks cool when you're killing stuff in this game. And that's kind of, it's something I don't talk about very often because I tend to talk more about mechanics than graphics, but it does make the game a lot more fun to play. I think it probably has a bigger impact even on me than I think it does, because my brain's not really considering it very often, but I think it makes a pretty big impact when it's just fun to look at all the stuff die. It just looks cool.
Here it comes.
What's in this? What am I even looking for? I completely don't know what I'm doing. I'm exploring the Venom Crypts for Venom, I guess. I don't know. We'll find whatever it is eventually. See, yeah, but that, I don't know. Maybe against certain... I feel like the Primal Strikes, finally remembered the name of this skill. I feel like it is decent when you get that 3rd strike against a, you know, it hits the whole screen, which is pretty cool. But it's really better against entire mobs of stuff. So maybe eventually I'll have enough lightning damage. Yeah, I mean, I was wondering if I could get him to shock. But, oh, never mind. My spear doesn't have lightning damage anymore. Okay, well, that's not gonna work. But yeah, if we had our regular attack damage with enough lightning in it, it's maybe possible that the first 2 hits would be enough to shock the enemy, and then we always get that wave for the 3rd strike, and then maybe it gets good. Or maybe the skill's just not very good. I don't know. For now, it does not quite feel like it deserves a spot in my clicking rotations. Okay, nothing up there. We just got another jewel. 17% increased parry damage. Well, I won't be using that one. We will not be using that one. You know, I kind of forget I have the map up sometimes. I don't actually like having it up in the middle of the screen, but somehow it becomes invisible to me, and I start like seeing the matrix, you know, and you're walking on the map and you're not actually looking at like your character, you're like looking at the dot and you're using your peripheral to look at your character. It's a weird mode that my brain just lapses into, probably from my Diablo 2 days. Oh yeah, I'm a fan of all this lightning. It just feels good. Ooh, what's that? Why? I don't understand why that got highlighted. Does anybody know? What does that mean? I could pull up the NeverSync website, I guess. I'm curious. Because the block chance... I don't actually know. Maybe it's a perfect... Maybe it's a perfect roll on the base item, is what it's highlighting. Get out of here. I got excited because I saw Gelid Staff, because that's what I used in the last season. But I don't care about that anymore. Ah, get out of there. Disengage is very nice for getting the heck out of there. Oh, we got an icon. Got our high quality vestments. You think it's a chancing base? What does that mean exactly? Like to use a chance orb on it? Which one? You're gonna have to help me. I'm struggling to remember what a chance orb does.
I've enough in my pack already.
Because Orb of Alchemy is the one that adds to a white item a bunch of random affixes, right? So I don't think that's... Maybe I'm just misremembering. Chance orbs have a chance to convert it into a unique. Oh, but what do they actually do? Like, other than that? Because I can't even highlight it because I don't have one. Or is that all they do? What do they do if they don't convert it into a unique? Okay, so I can get rid of these now. Oh, if it fails, it deletes the item. Oh, wow. Okay.
If you hear a click,
Anything catch your eye?
Alright, I should figure out who sells stuff that I need to go shopping for, because as we discovered at the end of Act 2, we definitely need to be shopping. Is it Alva? Are you my
A daring explorer.
person? You're the gambler, so you're not going to sell me anything useful. Probably Oswald. Okay, he's got spears and booties and gloves and belts. Okay, nothing I think we want there.
if you hear a click,
And does Survey sell anything we might want? I guess rings and life flasks. Okay.
Beware.
So we'll try to... We're about to gain a level, actually, so we'll come back soon. Does anybody else sell anything? Hooded one doesn't sell anything, so I don't think so. Alright.
Straight through the app.
The unique is 10 divs. Oh my. Well, maybe we'll get really lucky.
That's the real deal.
I'm getting lucky with socketed stuff, I guess, right now. Alright. 1 second. How much are chance orbs in terms of, like, cost? Like, would I be able to afford enough chance orb? Oh no, sorry, you don't get to use multiple chance orbs. Never mind. I was like, oh, could I buy enough chance orbs that I can just keep rolling till I get the item? But you said it deletes the item. I get 1 chance. That's why it's called a chance orb. Oh, it's only 15 X's now? That's a lot less. Especially given that Divines... Where are we going? Dear goodness, this is a big map. Especially given that Divines were worth like 450 X's or something, right? Wait, what's on the map? Did I miss something? Why is this still an icon? Oh, okay. I mean, that's where the strongbox was. I guess I thought the icon disappeared. Maybe it doesn't. Or maybe it's bugged. I don't know. All right, where are we going? I can't remember if this is one where we go towards the middle or towards the edge. Seems hopeful. Yay! Oh, these things are pretty damaging. I need that chaos resistance, because poison is chaos damage, right? So I remember that being a problem in my last run as well. So that whole zone was... Did I miss... Did we do something with this? I guess I missed that. But that's it? Thought there'd be a boss or the end of this quest, but there was neither. It's only 31x per div in hardcore. Oh, in hardcore. Why are you talking about hardcore? If there's one thing we've discussed at length, it's that I'm not playing hardcore. What about in normal? What is it right now? Do you play hardcore? $78. Okay, that's already pretty high. Because I remember it just kept going up last season. Just kept going up and up and up and up and up and up and up. Alright. It's gotta be somewhere in the middle of the zone that we're looking here. What's up, Dave? Yeah, we managed to defeat the boss. It was, what, maybe attempt number 4? Maybe 5? There was one where I died on the first phase. Maybe 2 where I died on the first phase. But I think it was like the 4th attempt, maybe that got to the 2nd phase. Just took me being better at dodging that giant sword attack. That one kept getting me. Oh man, we are not getting lucky on this map. You know, it might be over here or in here. It's not right here, is it? I don't think so. It is shocking. Yeah, the Act 2 boss is cool. I like the design of it. I think... I did feel like that sword attack, I was really trying to figure it out over the course of multiple attempts, and I still wasn't quite able to figure out, A, the timing, and B, the radius seemed larger than expected. But that's my only complaint. Alright. We made it! Shock magnitude going up, and then shock duration will go up. Oh, much less cool than Geonor. Ah, haha. I get it. It's funny. It's a funny punny. Okay, so we got the poison. Oh no. This is such a scary decision. I hate decisions like this. Surely one of these two is the answer. What do you guys think? I'm thinking stun threshold, but maybe not. I'm gonna hold off on that for a minute
Be wary.
while we identify things.
Take your time. I like it.
Okay, wait a second. So this... Yeah, I don't want fire damage. That's probably not worth the
Don't
roll.
eat anything colorful.
They said they were gonna up the amount of ailments. That could be a good argument for the elemental ailment threshold.
Some pretty. I'll take it.
No, I keep doing this. I don't know why all of a sudden this is a problem for me. I can't
Don't
seem
drink the
to
water.
know whether I'm in the stash or not. Okay, I think it is time. Anyway, to answer your question, Dave, any good loot? Not really. But I think I just need the damage. I'm just gonna burn an Artificer's Orb here and throw in... probably an Iron Rune over a Storm Rune. 1 to 10 lightning damage or 15% increased physical damage. So the base damage before this increased damage, I don't know if we can see what it was. The average is about 40 right now. Goodness. All this math. So 40 divided by 1.72 was about 24 damage. And adding that is about 5 more damage, which is about a 25% increase, whereas this would only be a 15% increase. And it's lightning damage that applies to all my attacks, including the ones that don't convert things to lightning. So I actually think I get more damage from this. It's possible I did the math wrong there, but... Yeah, exactly, Dave. I really wish you could change it. It feels like they've done a lot of work to make a lot of the other parts of the game not locked in forever, especially with the Ascendancy respecking now. So I'm wondering if they'll change the Venom Draught. And isn't there like one other spot where that sort of decision happens and you only get to pick one of something? The one in the Valley of Titans can be changed. But I feel like there's another one like this. Well, yeah, the same thing in Act 6. I'm more meant a different quest. But yes, that is true. You're right, the choices are different. I'm just gonna do the ailment thing. And just move on with my life and hope it's fine. There's 2 bosses I didn't fight in the Sandswept Marsh. I might revisit that, honestly. I'm not in a rush. I mean, I want to get to maps, but we'll get there eventually. We might actually get something good from 2 bosses. Because, yeah, there's apparently Root Dredge. There's the Hanging Tree, and then there's the Orok Campfire. Okay.
Straight through the art. Desperately
You know, this spear field is not bad. Just like, I mean, it's not great, but like, I could see a world where I build around spear field somehow. If it could do more damage. But yeah, exactly. That's why, I think part of why it's not dealing much damage is because it's not a projectile. So that's what's going on here. We can double check here, but yeah, it's melee. Ah, here you are.
There's no end to it.
Oh, look at that 23% shock. Glorious. Alright, middle. No, I keep messing up my hotkeys.
More coming out of the water.
Alright. Bunch of shock lances. One explosive. Oop, that hurt.
Part of the job.
That hurt as well. It's okay, we got all the health potions. Got him.
Everywhere I go.
Ooh.
The Rackens always a step ahead.
I forget. Did we ever get enough? We did end up with just enough dexterity. Tame beast. Conjure as merry wisps to engulf a rare beast for a duration, hindering them. If you defeat the beast, while is it engulfed in wisps, it will be captured by this gem. Transforming the gem to instead allow you to summon the beast as a reviving companion. Does that have a spirit cost? How does that work? Thunderous Leap is melee, so probably not going to do it. Yeah. Even a % spirit cost. So is it good? Should I use it? I don't really know. Won't know
Using
till you
Tame
try.
Beast will mark them for capture for a short time. If you kill them during this period, they will be absorbed into the gem and be available as a sum.
Oh yeah, voltaic mark. Thank you. Totally forgot about that. So what do we get rid of? Maybe barrage? Barrage has not been that great for me. I could build around it a little bit. Or primal strikes. One of those two. I'm not really using primal strikes right now. I think I'm using barrage more than primal strikes. It at least works with my game plan. Good targets are fairly rare. Yeah, well, the other thing is it costs spirit, which I don't have any to spare anyway. I'm using my Herald of Lightning, and I doubt whatever beast we find is better than my Herald of Lightning. Because yeah, I should be using barrage more often. It's got a long cooldown, but I get 2 uses out of it now. And I can just make my lightning spear, you know, doubled up. Or I could do spear field doubled up. It doesn't seem to work. Oh. That's because it only empowers your next bow or thrown spear attack. That makes sense. Uh-oh. Did we miss a path here? Hold on. Hold on. Don't want to miss any routes. Yep. I actually have an idea for how they could fix that. I'm sure it would be a lot of developer time and energy and effort type thing, but it is an idea. Basically, if you explore far enough to get to see like part of the little hallway, I'll call it a hallway because it's a hallway type thing, then it would actually automatically explore a little bit further to the point where that hallway kind of opens up again. And that way you would never have like your exploration ended just before the end of the hallway. I don't know if it would actually work, but it's an idea. Alright, so F, left, F, left, left. I need to do that more often. It's also weird. I feel like we were getting a lot of skill gems for a while, but I haven't been seeing skill gems. Ooh. Another. I have 2 lesser jeweler's orbs now. I'm scared to use them, but I should. What do we want to give another support gem to? Probably my lightning spear. So that it maybe doesn't consume frenzy charges some of the time. That could be strong. The drop you meant as in the guy dropping a skill gem. That one was guaranteed. I never get gems. Wah. If I just say that more often, all the gems will drop. It's the real strategy. Content creator strategy. I always cull right after I kill the thing that was at low health.
Wait! A clean kill! I'll not make the journey home like that.
Oh, there's something killing me over here. Oh, the lesser jeweler's orb was guaranteed. Ah, well, in that case, yes, thank you for pointing that out. That is very nice.
Speak up.
Sell that. Wait, did I have...
Your tail.
It's kind of annoying. You keep that one. Sell that. All right. Okay, so support gem wise, now we have Spearfield with nothing and Voltaic Mark with nothing. All of the recommended ones are already taken. I could mark 2 targets, but that doesn't really seem that useful. Increased duration, maybe? Maybe the one that... area of effect's not going to do anything. Just more cast speed. Because it's a spell. And I'm not going to use that on anything else. That's reasonable. Make the cast time faster. Honestly, that might be... Is that going to do anything? Their effects reoccur for each seal. I don't think that'll do anything here. It'll just mark it 3 times in a row. Yeah, that won't do anything. I think I'll just go with that Arcane Tempo one and call it a day. Because then it'll just cast nice and fast. Takes a lot of mana, actually. Okay, did I get what I came here for? No, there's still the hanging tree. Jeez, there's so many special things in this zone.
Lightning strikes twice.
Alright, now, chances are I'm gonna forget next time I fight an elite. Or sorry, a unique. Oh no, they're not unique. Sorry, a rare. I cannot get the names straight. I'm gonna forget to use mark target. So just know that. Boom, boom,
No rest for the
boom.
wicked.
Mark target. Get shocked, buddy. Give me that essence. Hanging trees in the sandy area. Okay, that's helpful. Mark target. I remembered.
I'm bent double as is.
You know what? I don't really care about magic items right now. I probably should. It's gold. Shouldn't be wasteful. Jeez. So many enemies. Alright, the hanging tree must be somewhere. We shall find it. Oh, we might have just found it. Hooray! Wait, that wasn't it. I mean, there's someone hung by a tree. Was that it? Oh, that was it. Okay.
Storm strike.
Well, we got a ring. Is it any good? No. But that's okay. Cool. Julio. I don't think we want any of those items.
Take your time. It's a deal. Don't eat anything colorful.
All sorts of essences here. Don't drink the water. Exactly. Oh.
Not now.
Wow, I totally forgot. I'm so dumb. We have this stellar amulet with nothing on it. There's some life regen, and there's some evasion. Quite a bit of evasion rating, actually. Brought us back to 67%? I feel like we were at 67% before, but then we probably leveled up and it went down. And we needed to check... I don't think we've checked Oswald. for stuff. Okay, there's lightning damage. That might be better. No, that's not better. Alright.
You hear a click.
Moving on. Travel to jungle ruins. Okay, and then what? Is this where we find the waterway? Yes, it is. I think I might have missed, because we had explored this earlier, I think I missed my chance to get a waypoint, probably. Okay, you know what I need to find out is when I get a frenzy charge and then I hit F, does it launch a triple version of the empowered? Because if so, that's pretty dang strong. Like, can I triple up with this thing and then they all explode? No, that's not how it works. Sorry. Barrage consumes the charges. Well, I guess... Well, this is tricky. What if I activate Barrage before I have a charge, then I get a charge, then I attack? Does that do a triple? It might. Like a triple of the empowered, frenzy empowered spell.
Clean kill.
It's a lot of work to get that going correctly, but pretty powerful still.
Come here.
Okay, we did the Venom Crypts, so now we need to find the Troubled Camp. We don't really need to find the Troubled Camp. I'm not fighting you again. I just refuse. The camp just has some items for sale, which, you know, there's a chance that they're not even good for me right now. In fact, that chance is relatively high. So I'm not gonna be too concerned about it.
There's eyes about.
You never know, though. I could be missing out on the best item ever. Did not want to pick that up. There's the waypoint. Nice. Hey, Harem. How's it going? I'm doing well. We're just playing the new league for Path of Exile.
The Val used. I've never seen. Keep up the search.
Alright, so we gotta go back. And then talk to Servi.
Ah, my driver. Keep your eyes. Anything catch your eye?
Sure. Give me some more of these. So that I don't have to go to the hooded one every time. And then... Is that better? Probably not.
Don't eat anything colorful.
Pi 1 is done. You didn't look closely. Yep. Yep. The ratio changes at every tech level, which is pretty unfortunate. I mean, it's part of the pack, but it just means you have to pay attention and either overbuild your science in preparation for the next tier. Excuse me. Or you need to, you know, just improve your old science builds from time to time. Yeah, the incubated petri dishes are rough. Are you playing with spoilage on? I assume. Go that way. Is there anything else in this zone? There's also the troubled camp here. We're following them around.
Lightning strikes twice.
Nothing over there. Now we're in like the ant hill area.
Let's move.
Wait, where'd it go? Oh, it's over here.
Keep on him.
Yeah, you're using the videos as white noise. Makes sense.
Put it down. Finish it.
I do not like the hunted by the ox. It just takes forever to kill. Come on. Almost there. There we go. Oh, and a regal orb. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I did mark it. I did. I might have not kept it up the whole time, but at one point I was like, oh, I should mark it. And I did. I did do it. We do want the waypoint from this, I believe.
These Azak give tribal life a bad name.
Also, mark does not increase that, like, I mean, it's pretty small damage boost. Shock having a 30% increased effect means instead of a bonus 20%, it's a bonus 26%. That's only 6% more in damage. It does matter, especially for like bosses, but it's not like I'm doing even 50% more damage or something like that. It also means I'm more likely to keep them shocked, which is nice. I also don't know how shock works in terms of like expiration, like, because I don't think you can renew. I don't know how shock works. Like, does it fade off and then you have to do a new shock before, or if you keep doing enough lightning damage, will something stay shocked forever?
Need a moment.
I'm guessing it won't. There's a skill gem. And some colossal life flasks. We'll see if the spear's any good. This could be our ticket out of here. This could be our ticket to the big life in the big city. God, I got so lucky with my cold sorceress. I think it was in Act 3 even. I think it was before we hit Cruel. I had just the best luck of all time, and I got a staff that was like plus a bunch
Back to basics.
to cold spells, and it gave me a big bonus to, I don't even know what it was, but it was great. Okay, I think this is better. Barely. This is barely better. Damage-wise, it's barely better. Gaining life per hit and leeching damages life, though, is quite a bit better. The problem is I don't do a ton of physical damage, so I don't actually know if it's that good, because most of my damage gets converted to lightning. I still think it's better than what I have right now. Just slightly.
Take your time. Ah, my tribe could use that.
Alright, and then skill gem wise, we can level up our lightning spear or the storm lance, or maybe it's time for the explosive spear. It's gotten behind. Or I could do Coal the Weak, and that gets more damage, but that's pretty useless. Barrage cooldown would go down by a decent amount. I'll probably just do Lightning Spear. Yeah, I'll get to the bog eventually. I just wanted to get the waypoint for it, because we still need to find the chimeral wetlands. I usually will explore one area if it's connected to multiple, you know, other places. I'll go get those waypoints, and then I'll, you know, do one thing at a time, because otherwise we'll lose this area.
The thrill of the odds.
Y'all, is this your pet? Like, what's going on here? This is just chilling in your little camp? I don't approve of this.
Clean kill.
Alright, there's that next level. Another exalted orb? Nice. Alright, what do you got for me?
Anything you need.
A spear? A good spear? No! Wait. Adds physical damage, but I already have something that does more damage. +1 to level of all projectile skills, though, is also more damage. And gains mana per enemy killed, so that will help pay for the extra mana that those skills cost. Yeah, Harem, thanks for stopping by. Have fun. 56% increased elemental damage with attacks. That's pretty good, but the base level damage is too low, so that's not going to be better. I think this is better because of the +1 level.
Worth every coin.
I guess we can find out. Nope, it's worse. Damn. Why is it so much worse? I guess it is 31 to 57 instead of 67. That's a pretty significant decrease. Oh well, I just wasted a few monies.
Anything you need. Impressive haul.
Ooh, 15% movement speed. No, 47 intelligence. How dare you? Oh, that's a bummer. Ain't no way I'm getting to 47 intelligence anytime soon. Alright, more magnitude of shock. And then we need to go check the vendor at home. And then I'll probably be done soon here. I gotta go do some things this afternoon.
Some odds and ends we found in the jungle.
I should probably buy the freeze immunity one. Although, nah, that's fine. There's no bosses that freeze you anytime soon.
Beware anything. It's a deal. Keep your eyes sharp.
It's fine. Alright, Oswald, you got anything for me? No. 33 to 62, no. Doesn't seem like it. Okay.
Don't get eaten.
Nothing there. Back to finding the chimeral wetlands. Which... have we not... where have we not explored? Maybe it's not on an edge? Because I don't think it's down here. This is for the... yeah, we just can't go that way
Lightning
yet.
strikes twice.
Oh, I missed. Get out of here. Yay, another skill gem. It really is funny. I don't think I saw an entire one skill gem. Maybe I saw like one in the first hour and a half of the stream, and then all of a sudden I get like 3 in a row. Just from normal mobs even. Okay, but really, where's the... oh, I bet it's over here. Okay. Yeah, because I explored all the way around there. And I think it's just a connection around the edge of the map, not in the middle. Antidote charm could be useful. And increased duration and charges. That might be handy when we face what's-her-face, the Viper. With all that poison nonsense. Okay, well I thought it was gonna be over here. Maybe it still is. Here we go. Alright, I think we'll call it a stream here. And I don't know how much more we'll get to stream this week. I'll probably play some off stream as well.
Excellent.
I'll probably fit in at least 1 or 2 streams though, because I'm having a lot of fun. Wait, I can already go to my hideout? I didn't know we could do the hideout as soon as you get to Act 3. I thought you could only do the hideout
Away from home.
once you, Hey, Laura. Look, you're still here. You're still here. Yeah, I thought you could only do this once you beat the game, man. That's awesome. Off stream? I know it would be a crime, wouldn't it? But yeah, maybe a little bit off stream. Probably just Stormlance. Oh, this is actually a big upgrade. Going to level 9, the bolts chain to 5 enemies instead of 4. That's significantly better. Wait, what? I feel like it's doing that weird thing again. Yeah, I don't understand. There's some sort of bug with upgrading these that doesn't properly show the, like... That's not what it actually is right now. It's saying it would go to 237, but what it actually is right now is 226 already. So I don't understand that, but... Anyway, sweet. Well, we'll call that... I did get the waypoint, right? Chimeral Wetlands. Yeah. Sweet. Oh, I didn't mean to exit fully. Oh well. Alright, well, see you guys later. Have fun doing whatever it is you're doing.